Chosen one, I want you to close your eyes for just a second. I am going to ask you to do something with your mind, right now. Visualize a massive crowd standing in front of you. In this crowd are all the people who seem to fit in perfectly. The ones who follow the rules, the ones who never question the system, the ones who seem to have it all together. They are smiling, they are polished, they are perfect. Now, watch God walking through that crowd. He is moving past the perfection. He is ignoring the ones who blend in. He is walking straight to the back of the line, past the front row, past the VIP section, right into the shadows to where you are standing. Yes, you, the one holding the broken pieces of your past, the one who feels like a mistake, the one trying to hide your scars because you think they make you ugly. Watch him stop right in front of you. The entire host of heaven goes silent. He points his finger directly at that thing you hate most about yourself, your sensitivity, your deep pain, your inability to be superficial, and he speaks. He says, I have searched the whole earth for perfection and found plenty, but I was looking for authenticity, and I found it here. This is what I have been looking for. You can open your eyes now. The angels didn't just hear that. They wrote it down. A decree has been issued regarding your life, and the search is over. You are not a reject. You are the result. But I know that right now, in your physical reality, it does not feel like you are the result. It feels like you are the error. I need to speak to the person watching this who is currently suffering from what I call domestic alienation. I am talking about that feeling you get when you are sitting at the dinner table with your own family, or sitting in a room with your oldest friends. People are talking, forks are hitting plates, there is laughter, but you feel like you are watching a movie that you are not actually in. You look at them and you love them, but you feel a thick glass wall between your spirit and their spirit. You try to join the conversation, but everything feels surface level. It feels draining. You find yourself going to the bathroom just to sit in silence for 5 minutes and breathe, because the noise of normal life feels like it is scratching against your soul. You look in the mirror in that bathroom and you ask yourself, what is wrong with me? Why can't I just be normal? Why is everything so heavy for me and so light for them? If that is you, do not click away, because by the end of this video, I am going to hand you a specific key that unlocks that heavy feeling. We are going to decode the scroll the angels just wrote about you. I will show you exactly why you feel this way, the spiritual science behind your brain frequency, and most importantly, I am going to give you a tool, a literal method, to stabilize your spirit so you never have to feel like a mistake again. If you stay until the final second, you will walk away not just inspired, but equipped with a new operating system for your life. Now, let's look at this pain you are feeling. The world has convinced you that this alienation is a defect. You think you need to fix your social skills. You think you need to toughen up. You think you need to learn how to play the game better. I need you to hear me clearly. That is a lie. The fact that you cannot fit in is not a sign of your dysfunction. It is the proof of your function. Let me take you to Psalm 118, verse 22. You have heard it 1,000 times. The stone which the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone. But you have missed what this actually means, because the English translation hides the violence of the selection process. The Hebrew word used for rejected is ma'asu. It does not just mean someone said no to it. It implies a thorough inspection. The builders looked at the stone, they measured it, they turned it over, and they realized something disturbing. This stone was not square. It had odd angles. It was shaped weirdly. If they put it in the wall, it would break the straight lines of their perfect building. So they threw it into the trash heap. This is what happened to you, your family, your school, your workplace. They inspected you. They saw your intensity. They saw that you feel things too deeply. They saw that you cannot lie about how you feel. And they realized you do not fit the straight lines of their society. So they rejected you. But here is the mystery. The verse says you became the pinna, the cornerstone. In ancient architecture, the cornerstone was often an L-shaped stone, a stone with a strange, unique geometry that was used to bind two intersecting walls together. It had to be odd-shaped to do its job. A perfect square could not hold the corner. Only the odd shape could withstand the pressure of two walls meeting. Do you understand what God is saying? Your awkwardness is structural integrity. Your sensitivity is load-bearing capacity. The very reason the world rejected you is the exact reason God selected you. He needed a stone that was shaped differently because He is building something that requires a different kind of strength. You are not decorative. You are structural. If you were normal, God's building would collapse. So stop trying to chisel yourself into a square. Stop apologizing for your angles. The scroll the angels wrote down says, "This one is the pinner. Do not change their shape." But even if you understand this intellectually, I know you are still tired. You are exhausted. Why? Because there is a war happening inside your biology right now. This is where we need to go deeper than just motivation. We need to talk about frequency. The reason you feel drained when you are around normal people is not just spiritual. It is physiological. It is a mismatch of operating systems. Neuroscience tells us that the human brain operates on different frequencies. The world, the system, the daily grind operates primarily in the beta state. Beta is the frequency of stress, survival, logic, and rapid processing. It is the frequency of go, go, go. It is shallow, it is fast, and it is exhausting. But you, chosen one, your natural habitat is the theta state. Theta is the frequency of deep intuition, creativity, spiritual connection, and healing. It is the twilight state you feel just before you fall asleep, or when you are in deep prayer, or when you are lost in worship. In theta, you hear God. In theta, you download ideas. In theta, you are at home. Here is the root of your suffering. You are a theta being trying to survive in a beta world. Imagine taking a high-performance Formula One engine, which is designed to run at high speeds on a racetrack, and forcing it to drive in stop-and-go city traffic for 10 years. What happens? The engine overheats. It breaks down. It is not because the engine is bad. It is because the environment is wrong for the machine. That is your brain fog. That is your chronic fatigue. That is your anxiety. It is the friction of forcing your theta spirit to run beta software all day long. You are trying to process the shallow, petty, fast-paced data of the world through a deep, slow, spiritual processor, and you are overheating. You walk into a room and you pick up everyone's emotions. That is your theta antenna working perfectly. But because you don't know how to manage it, you get flooded. You think you are having a panic attack, but really, you are just picking up the signal that someone across the room is grieving, and your system doesn't know how to filter it out. God did not design you to live in beta, but He placed you in a beta world. This is the tension. This is the gap. Scripture confirms this tension in Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Let's look at the Greek word for conformed. It is suschematizo. It comes from the root word schema. It literally means to be poured into a mold. The world is trying to pour you into its mold. It wants to solidify you into a rigid, beta state worker who pays bills, dies, and never questions reality. But the word for transformed is metamorphosis, like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. God is trying to shift you into a completely different form of existence. So here is where we stand. You know that you were chosen because you were rejected. You know that your odd shape is actually a cornerstone design. And now you know that your exhaustion comes from a frequency mismatch between your theta soul and this beta world. You understand the why, you understand the what. But this leaves us with the most dangerous question of all. The question that, if not answered, will leave you stuck in this cycle of burnout forever. The question is, how? How do you live in this world but not be of it? How do you walk through a chaotic, stressful, beta frequency workplace while keeping your internal dial locked on theta? How do you stop absorbing everyone else's garbage and start broadcasting your own peace? The ancient mystics spent 20 years in caves learning how to do this. Monks spend decades in silence trying to stabilize this frequency. But God knows you do not have 20 years. You have a family. You have a job. You have a destiny to fulfill right now. You need a way to access this genius state, this divine connection, immediately. What if I told you that there is a way? What if I told you that the key to stabilizing your frequency is not just about willpower, but about using a forgotten technology that God has hidden in the very structure of sound itself? This is not about trying harder, it is about tuning in, and in the next few minutes, I am going to show you exactly what the angels meant when they wrote it down. I am going to hand you the tuning fork that will recalibrate your entire existence. Let's talk about that technology. In the Bible, we see a profound example of sound being used as a spiritual weapon. When King Saul was tormented by a distressing spirit, he was essentially trapping himself in a chaotic, low-vibrational, mental state. He was stuck in a broken frequency, and what was the cure? It was not a pill, it was not a lecture, it was a sound. David, the future king, would come and play the harp. David understood something that modern science is only just catching up to. He understood that specific frequencies can rearrange the atmosphere of the human mind. When he played, the chaotic spirit left Saul, and he was refreshed. David was not just playing music. He was acting as a human tuning fork, bringing Saul's tormented mind back into alignment with the frequency of heaven. Today, we know exactly what was happening in Saul's brain. We know that sound waves can entrain brain waves. This is the science of brainwave entrainment. NASA research has confirmed that the theta brainwave state is the gateway to accelerated learning, vivid intuition, and deep spiritual connection. It is the state where you are a genius, where you are a creator, where you are a spirit being. But as we discussed, the noise of the modern world knocks you out of theta and traps you in beta stress. So, how do you get back to theta without spending hours in meditation that you simply do not have? There is a tool I want to introduce to you. It is called the Genius Wave. Think of it as a digital harp for the modern David. It is a 7-minute audio track that uses advanced brainwave entrainment technology to gently guide your brain from the chaotic beta state back into the deep, restorative theta state. This is not magic, it is biology. It is a recalibration device. Just as you tune a guitar before you play it, you use this sound technology to tune your mind before you face the world. It reconnects you to your God-given factory settings. It clears the fog. It quiets the noise. It opens the channel. For those of you who feel led to explore this, who feel that your spirit is asking for a practical tool to help you hold your ground, I have placed the information in the pinned comment below. It is there for you to investigate if you feel the pull. But I know some of you are hesitating right now, and we need to address that hesitation because it is not coming from a place of wisdom. It is coming from a shadow place. This brings us to the most uncomfortable truth of this entire message. Deep down, you are not just afraid that this won't work. You are afraid that it will work. You are terrified of your own power. There is a voice in the back of your head whispering, if I really tap into this potential, if I really stabilize this genius frequency, I will be too much. I will lose my friends. I will be isolated. I will be dangerous. And you are right. You will be dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. But you are wrong about the danger to yourself. Let's look at 2 Timothy 1-7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. The Greek word for power here is dunamis. It means miracle-working power, explosive energy, like dynamite. That is what you carry. That is your theta potential. But dynamite is dangerous if it is not contained. That is why the verse does not stop there. It says God gives you a sound mind. The Greek word for sound mind is sophronismos. It implies self-control, structural discipline, and a saved mind. Think of sophronismos as the steel casing that holds the dynamite. Without the casing, the explosion destroys everything. With the casing, the explosion is directed and becomes a weapon. The reason you have felt unstable is that you have had the dunamis without the sophronismos. You have had the explosive sensitivity without the mental structure to contain it. Tools like the Genius Wave, combined with prayer, are designed to build that sound mind. They stabilize your frequency so you can carry the voltage of God without burning out your nervous system. You are not meant to be less. You are meant to be structured. Now, I must warn you, when you start to align with this frequency, when you start using these tools and walking in your true design, the enemy will not applaud. He will attack. But he will not attack with a sword. He will attack with confusion. There are 3 specific signs that you are shifting into alignment, and you need to recognize them so you do not retreat. The first sign is the diagnosis trap. As you reclaim your authenticity, people around you will try to label it as a disorder. They will call your intensity mania. They will call your vision delusion. They will say you have changed, and they will say it with concern in their voices. Do not accept their diagnosis. They are trying to medicate your destiny because it makes them uncomfortable. The second sign is the isolation whisper. Before your new tribe arrives, there will be a gap. The old friends will fall away because they cannot resonate with your new frequency. But the new divine connections have not shown up yet. In this gap, the enemy will whisper that you are unlovable. He will tell you that you made a mistake. I want to tell you about a chosen one named Sarah. She felt this exact isolation. She felt like she was going crazy. She started using the sound technology we talked about, combined with a specific prayer routine to stabilize her mind. For 3 weeks, nothing happened. The silence got louder, but she refused to go back to the old frequency. And then, in week 4, the breakthrough happened. The brain fog lifted. She downloaded a business idea in a single afternoon that replaced her yearly income. And more importantly, she met a mentor who spoke her language. She realized the isolation was not rejection. It was the vacuum God created to pull in the new. The third sign is the old guard attack. The people from your past, the ones who benefited from your brokenness, will try to pull you back. They will try to trigger your old beta state reactions. They will try to make you guilty for outgrowing them. This is the final test. If you can love them without lowering your frequency to meet them, you pass. So now, we have arrived at the threshold. You know the diagnosis. You have the tool. You see the trap. There is only one thing left to do. We need to seal this in the courts of heaven. I want you to shift your posture right now. You do not need to stand up physically if you are driving or resting, but I want you to stand up in your spirit. Visualize yourself rising from your seat and standing in the center of a great throne room. The floor is like glass. The atmosphere is electric. You are standing before the Ancient of Days. Put your hand over your heart in your imagination. This is not just a prayer. This is a decree of exemption. Say this internally with me. Father, I stand before you as the one you selected. I acknowledge that I felt like a mistake, but you called me a cornerstone. I accept my design. I decree that the scroll the angels wrote about me is now activated. I seal the theta frequency in my mind. I command my brain to align with the mind of Christ. I bind the spirit of brain fog. I bind the spirit of confusion. I bind the beta state stress that has tried to shrink my soul. I plead the blood of Jesus over my nervous system. I declare that I have a sound mind to carry your power. I break every agreement I have made with the labels of this world. I am not disordered. I am divine. I am not broken. I am built for this. I declare that in the next season, my tribe will find me. My opportunities will recognize me. My voice will carry the weight of your glory. I am the stone the builders rejected, and by your hand, I am becoming the head of the corner. Now, chosen one, I have a question for you. Heaven is waiting for your answer. Will you carry this anomaly? Will you stop apologizing for the power God put inside you? If your answer is yes, scream yes in your spirit right now. Let it ring out in the unseen realm. Good. It is recorded. It is done. The seal is set. Now, do not say amen yet. I want you to sit in this frequency for a moment. Feel the shift in your chest. Feel the heat of the seal. You are not the same person who started this video. You have been recalibrated. Go. Walk in your frequency. You are sent.